Why I've made the pivot I've made into attracting more classroom teachers and educators, because I truly believe that if we can combine these worlds of trained, certified instructional designers, curriculum designers, classroom teachers, and educators, and bring that world together with the online course creation world of educators that understand the technology, understand the sales funnels and the marketing, but don't necessarily have the teacher, trained educator, curriculum designer background. And so what's happening is we have educators who are coming out of the classroom but don't have business acumen. So they know how to create courses or they know how to create awesome content and graphic organizers, but they don't know how to make money. They don't know how to monetize from it. And that's a problem. So they go back to the classroom. They don't actually become the entrepreneur that they want to be. And then on the other side, we have the entrepreneur that understands the online business world and understands how to create content, how to sell digital products, but not necessarily how to create transformation through education, because that's something that takes training to do and accomplish. And so the biggest piece I see to bridge these two worlds together is what teachers get trained on when it comes to assessments and feedback. What Monique just described is that there's an assessment process throughout the entire journey. There's an assessment process before you even begin. You would never want to start a unit plan or a lesson plan even with your students before an assessment. We used to call this the do now. As students are coming in the classroom, you have something that's on the board so they know right away what they're doing when they sit down. They're not wondering what's going on. That's why we call it the do now. But that's the first assessment. So you're basically asking them to produce something. It's really quick. The do now is not supposed to take any more than a couple of minutes, but it's some sort of quick assessment based on yesterday's lesson. And then you get a quick sense of, okay, who's ready to actually move on and what do I need to review? And you're supposed to get this very quickly just from that pre-assessment. And then, like Monique said, you're teaching the lesson, and there's so many assessments that you're doing while you're teaching the assessment, even if they're not directly. One assessment is just looking at your students' faces, right? That's an assessment. Do they look cross-eyed? Are they looking for their phone? Are they looking at you? Are you engaged? Engagement is a wonderful assessment tool, right? Are they actually doing the work you're assigning them to do? Or are they talking with their friend? A lot of times they're talking with their friend because they're confused or not interested. They're not engaged. All of these are assessments. And then, of course, the assessment that we hear the most about is the quiz or the test, right? It's the post-assessment. After a series of lessons or weeks of a unit, you give that post-assessment. And so many online course creators, because they're not trained in that background of educational design, are not giving the post-assessment. There's nothing there to see, did the student finish? If they did finish, did they get results? Did they get the outcome that they paid for? Can you imagine going to having a college class that you're taking and you're never asked to produce to the professor any sort of written material? You're not never asked to produce anything, and then at the end of that course you're never asked to give feedback on the professor. This is what's happening right now. So this is a whole soapbox that I could get on.